Hey, what is up, resellers? Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, back again with another What's Sold on eBay video. Want to touch upon the YouTube controversy real quick with my channel. For those that don't know, I am suspended for 90 days without, so I can't do a live stream for 90 days. I got some kind of strike against my account. My account got caught up with all the demonetization things that are going on. Some of my videos were demonetized or semi-demonetized, I should say, for God knows why, and I had to appeal so many of them, but they all got fixed. But I had a strike against my account for an open bar show that I did a few weeks ago, and just to say short, I seriously don't even know why I got a strike. Anyone that knows my channel and watches the show, I don't know what happened. But anyways, it is what it is. We appealed it. Still going through that. So no live shows till January. And it's kind of funny because there's two things that could have happened with the whole thing. And I'm just going to touch on this real quick, and then we're going to get to the what's sold on eBay. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, please click the subscribe button. Please click the like button anytime during this video. So anyways, I got a strike against my account for the infraction was something like sending people to another site, which was crazy because every reseller has links to somewhere outside of YouTube. So that is just weird. But anyways, it was a blessing in disguise. I took a little bit of a break. I'm semi back now. We'll be doing more videos throughout the year. And like I said, it was kind of like a blessing because it made me focus more on my business. And I can say my merch business is really taken off. And 2018 is definitely going to be 100% merch, as that is just blowing up. We're doing like 50 sales a week, seven sales a day. It's really good. It's really taken off. And I'm really excited about that. And we're going to do some more videos on that. But anyways, it was a blessing. I was able to step back and kind of realize that I want to make quality videos. I just want to throw up videos every day. I don't want to do that. I want to make good quality videos, bring you these videos, what's sold on eBay. I know this is very popular on my channel. And once again, I just want to thank everyone for the amazing support. And like I said, the whole suspension from the live thing has been a blessing. And I can't tell you, I want to appreciate everyone who wrote in, sent me private messages, left comments in the other video. And anyways, I'm babbling on. What's sold on eBay this week? The last time we did this was October 3rd. Today is October 26th. It's almost Halloween. So it's been 23 days since I did one of these videos. There was a ton of stuff that sold. A lot of stuff under $10. I don't know if Cassini was being a jerk, but sales have been really slow for me the last couple weeks actually, and I've been posting, listing stuff. Not crazy, but I think one day I listed like 30 items on a Saturday or Sunday. But anyways, shut up. Let's get into what's sold on eBay, because I know that's why you're really here. You want to see what the Thrift Shop Hustler sold on eBay. So let's get right into it. First up, we have this custom Funko Pop Ghostbusters Ecto Ghost July Patreon exclusive 3 of 7 from Evilos, which is me. Some of you know that I do art on the side. Well, it's not really a side. Well, I guess it's on the side. I have a full-time job in the movie industry, and I do art on the side. I've been doing art for a long time. I'm well known in that community. Google Evilos. You can see my art. And anyways, this was a Patreon exclusive. My Patreon's kind of fallen off the wayside a little bit, and that's my fault. And I was doing customs every month, and that ended up just being crazy. So anyways, this actually was one of the customs. This came out exactly when the movie came out. Actually, this is actually a pretty cool custom that I made with airbrush. So I actually repainted this ghost. And I actually want to show you guys real quick. I'm known for this kind of like very basic repaint, but there's subtle details in the work that I do. Anyways, it was signed, as you can see, the certificate of authenticity. This was an extra one that I had, and I had this listed for I think over a year, and it finally sold for $39.99 with free shipping. Of course, it's good to have if you're ever going to be shipping pops, make sure you have some good boxes that aren't tight fitting, so that this doesn't get smashed, because anyone who has sold pops for a good amount of time understands that these things get smashed. The boxes are like paper thin, and collectors that collect pops are very meticulous in the way that they collect. So if the box arrives damaged, pretty sure you're going to get a refund request, or they might say, hey, give me a discount. So just pack these very well. And speaking of customs, and I want to say, you guys don't know that I do, some of you might know that I do art and stuff, and I call it private label, but it's just for people in the reselling community to understand, like, the terminology. It's not really private sale. I'm just selling my art, but it's sort of private, what do you call it? Private label in a way. But anyways, I worked with the very famous Stan Lee, the comic book icon creator. His people reached out to me. I want to say it was a few months ago, and we were able to create I was able to create some Stan Lee custom Dorbs. And I just want to touch on that real quick, and we'll get right back to this. So if you go to stanleybox.com, you can see let me see if you can even see this. No, you can't. Let me move this real quick. As you can see, I did a custom Dorbs. It's also a Funko product. And you can go to stanleybox.com, and it's no purchase necessary. There's something down below, and you can just fill something out. I think it's like a postcard or whatever. And you can win this. They're signed by Stan Lee, and it's really cool. Like, I've worked with Toys R Us, Sony, Disney. I've worked with a lot of great companies over the years, and Toys R Us was actually a crazy thing. I almost got my art in Toys R Us online. It was crazy, but that didn't work out. It was with Nintendo, because it was with Amiibos. Anyone that knows Amiibos. Anyways, I'm going around. Just go check that out. It was cool to work with Stan Lee and all his people. But anyways, I want to tell you guys that was a thing. Speaking of Funko Pops, we have this Funko Pop. This is one of the things that sometimes this isn't going to happen more anymore, I don't think, or less frequently. But when Pops came out, they weren't really super popular. People bought them, put them away, and a lot of the older ones are worth a pretty good amount of money, and this was kind of like an older one. It's funny, it's 2017, I'm saying like 2014 is older. But in the Pop world, a lot of these things, they made a short run of them. Anyways, this is one of those ones, sold for $60.89 plus shipping. This is one of the ones that was just put away. And then I have death boxes, and anyone doesn't know, in storage. Like, I'll like literally just buy stuff from garage sales or whatever, and I'll put it away, and I'll be like, I'll go list that another day, and another day turns into another month, and another month turns into a year, and a year turns into 3 years. And then I'll go through the boxes and be like, oh yeah, there was all this stuff, let's list it. I will list all the stuff that I think I can sell really quick, but a lot of the stuff I usually put to the side. I don't really do that quite much anymore, but anyways, I'm ranting again. This is really cool. Pulled this out, was looking some of these up, and this one actually was going for a pretty good amount of money. Boom. Funko Pops. Definitely look out for these. I know Nicole Status found some really good ones at I don't know if she found them at the bins or at Goodwill, but she did find, I want to say she found a $100 one, and then she gave me props because she didn't really even think about even looking these up, but she started to see them and looked it up and found a $100 one at, it was either a Goodwill or some kind of thrift shop. And some of these are actually worth hundreds, and there's actually a few of them that are worth thousands, so definitely look those up. Next up, we have this Olympic digital voice recorder, WS100. Works great. Sound, meeting, office, work. I kind of stuffed the keywords there, and definitely, as a pro tip for everyone, definitely stuff those keywords in there. Fill up as much as you can. Even when I list a DVD, it's funny because if I usually piggyback other people's listings on DVDs, because you just scan them with your USB scanner. Everything will pop up. I'll go to the ones that sold. I'll find a listing that has a long title, keywords. I'll usually do that. Sometimes you find, like, let's say Pulp Fiction. It's like, I don't know, when did Pulp Fiction come out? 95 or 96? So it says like Pulp Fiction DVD 1996, and that's the whole title. So I'm just like, you put John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, drama. You know what I mean? You fill the things up and it works. So anyways, that's what I did with this. This I paid, I want to say I paid less than $1. I might have got this for 50 cents. Oh, no. Actually, I bought a huge It wasn't a huge, it was like a lunchbox. I don't have it here. It was like a Food Network lunchbox. I went to a garage sale and they had this lunchbox, and it was one of those old school like iron worker lunchboxes that, not like the school ones that are flat and square. It was one of those ones that were long, that the top kind of comes up. It's kind of heavier. And it had like it had camera, electronics, and all kinds of stuff in there. And I asked the lady, like, well, how much do you want for these electronics? Because I saw this and I saw a couple other things. There was a camera in there. And she's like, $1 for the whole box. And I was like, for the whole box? She's like, yeah. And I was just like, so cha-ching. Anyways, I end up selling a lot of that stuff out of there for around $10, between $8 and $15. So that was actually a really good score. This was in it, tested it out, put a battery in it. With electronic devices, you want to test them as best of your ability. And if they, you could sell a lot of the rare stuff as parts. So if you find, like, let's say you look this up and a working one of these was like $100, right? Let's just make that for an example. And you put batteries in it and it doesn't work. You've tried everything you can. You made sure there wasn't any corrosion, because that's another thing. And we'll be doing some more videos on corrosion and stuff like that. You want to check all that out. And if it's not working, if it's something like a $100 piece or a $70 piece, you definitely could part it out as parts, not working, repair, etc. And, sell it for $10, $20. So that is definitely something to look into. Anyways, I got this. I was literally pennies into this, but it sold. And I think I took a best offer for $15 or something like that. I wish the completed auctions, when you look in here, when you go back into it, it would show the actual price. Because sometimes, I saw quite a few things and it's hard to like remember like what sold on sale or whatever. But anyways, I think I took a best offer for $15 on this. Man, it feels good to be doing these videos again with you. If you're enjoying this video so far, please click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, click the bell, and we're going to still go. We got lots of stuff. It's been a while since I did this. It's been such a long time that I actually had to figure out like what I wanted to show you guys, because there was just so much stuff. Next up, we have this Jack Nicklaus vintage men's golf glove. This is like an NOS, and for those that don't know, new old stock. New old stock, I paid $1 for this. I bought it. There was no comps or anything on this, so usually if there's no comps on anything, it's usually hit or miss. I found really crazy things, that didn't have comps, so there's always that. If you can get them for a cheap price, always worth the gamble. Anyways, Jack Nicklaus, world famous golfer, the Golden Bear. These were brand new. And sold these for, I want to say I took a best offer. I definitely got less than 24, but still paid $1. Did a pretty good job. Hard goods, I'll buy anything that I kind of have a gut feeling about. And those that are new to reselling, when you do this for as long as I have, I've been reselling for 30 years. When you do this for so long, even if you're new, anyone who's new understands that, like, you're going to get these gut feelings sometimes about stuff. And like I said, always go with gut. Now, if someone wanted $10 for this, I probably wouldn't have bought it. Because you think like, okay, there's no comps, $10. Maybe talk them down to $5. But for me, this was $1. I looked at it for literally a second. I looked it up online real quick and I didn't see anything. So I was just like, I'll buy it. Anyways, it was a good little flip. Next up is 1990 Marvel Universe hologram insert set. And those that are old school like myself remember these. These were like, and to be honest, these were like one of the first non-sports insert cards. Just the history alone of this hologram set, for those that are in the collectible card business, or that people have been around like I have, this set sparked so many, like, I don't know, it was ahead of its time. It was one of the very first insert sets that came out. They were holograms, and this set off just a firestorm of holograms in the 90s. I can't tell you. Every comic book card set that came out after this had to have holograms. Comic books started to come out with hologram covers. I know some of you that are old school, that grew up in the 90s, know exactly what I'm talking about. There was this whole hologram phase. This is what set that all off. Anyways, I had this put away. This was like a 90s purchase from eBay a long time ago, because I used to buy. I used to do retail arbitrage on eBay when it was when people weren't looking on eBay too much, and that was the greatest thing about eBay back in the day. Is if when you knew your stuff in those days, you were able to get so many great deals. I think I might have paid like $2 or $3 for this whole set, mint condition. Anyways, I sold for like $30-something plus shipping. It was one of those things that I just had for years and just let it go. Let it go. Next up, we have Big Bang Theory. I want to show this because DVDs are still selling. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale. It was sealed. This sold relatively quick, I would say in 2 or 3 days. And the reason why, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys have been watching my channel are sick of the DVDs, I know. I have literally thousands of them in my storage unit that I wish I was ungated in Amazon for DVD, or I would kill it. I would kill it. Anyways, that's not a thing for me. But anyway, so I ended up selling them on eBay. What I wanted to show you guys is not all DVDs are going to be worth it. I know I talk a big game about DVDs, but for the most part, they're going to be junk. You want to look for like old horror movies and things that are weird. My rule of thumb is if you've heard of the movie, it's probably not worth much. So definitely just be on. And that's why the reason why I put this DVD on here, because you guys are sick of seeing DVDs. I just want to say, do your research on all the DVDs, even if they're sealed and you're like, oh my God, a True Blood, DVD, Blu-ray sealed set. I bought a bunch of those and then I went home and I was like, oh, these aren't really that great. Still got a good deal. Still bought them. Still went on gut. It's not like I paid $10 or $12 for the brand new sets. I think I paid like $3 for those. But anyways, I'm just saying, do your research, do your research, do your research. I know you guys are sick of hearing that, but it's true. Next up, we got P.O. Magazine. I have one left of these. Like I said, I bought out I knew Dave and Holly who ran this. It's like street art, sticker art. I was in that whole thing in the early 2000s. Knew a lot of great people, did a lot of cool art with art shows and things like that. Anyways, they went out of business. This was a great magazine, by the way. They went out of business. They gave me a call. They said, hey, I know you used to buy a lot of our magazines. Do you want to purchase our rest of our stock we had? I didn't have like much money at the time, but I did buy what I could. I think I paid like maybe $2 each for these. These actually have been selling pretty consistently, like maybe one every few weeks, but it's just one of those things you add them to the inventory. Even if they don't sell in 6 months, they sell every once in a while. So it's one of those things. Paid super. What was cool about these is it actually came with exclusive stickers and stuff like that. But anyways, look out for graffiti magazines and any like kind of graffiti, sticker, street art kind of paraphernalia things out there. And if you do find anything like that, let me know. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Next up, we got Free Realm. Sold more of these. This was a huge game back in 2008, 2009. These packs, actually, when the game was still going, were going for like $50 or $60. I told this story before. Every pack had like a code that you can unlock an exclusive item in the game, just like World of Warcraft does. And eventually, Topps only made a few, that didn't make too many of these, of the cases or whatever. They made a pretty good amount, but I mean, once the game got really popular, Topps only made a certain amount, and then that was it. I was able to buy like cases of these early on, and I hate myself so much to this day because when they first came out, I bought cases of these packs, and I ended up opening them up. Pretty much opening them up all up. Saved, didn't really actually open them all up. I'll tell you how I got these. I'd take out the cards, the codes, and I would sell the cards by themselves. That was my whole thing because some of them were going for like, $20, $30 at the time, and there was a pretty good amount of them. So chances are when you bought one of these packs, you're going to pull like a $15 or $20 card. So I was buying like tons of these boxes. I opened them all. And then when the game got really popular a year later, I've already opened all the packs. And I already sold all the cards for like pennies on the dollar to what they later became. Later, these packs were going for like $50 or $60, and I had cases of these. I would have made probably like 50 grand, 75 grand if I would have just kept the cases that I originally bought and sold them at this later date. But you never know. It's one of those things, you never know. But anyways, to this day, I'm just like, every time I see these packs. Well, anyways, I was at a garage sale of a guy who who worked on Free Realms, and he had a bunch of swag that he had put away, and actually I got a pretty good amount of things from it. But anyways, I'm long-winded. I can't tell you how many things I've been involved with. I was involved with Free Realms as a kind of like a social media influencer. Sony would send me stuff, and we do giveaways and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm telling you, man, I can go off on all these little things, man. I've lived a colorful life, that is for sure. Next up, we have this AC adapter. I think this was actually part of that. Remember I said I bought a lunchbox full of electronics for $1. This was in it. I thought about throwing this away, and then I thought, like, wait, you know what? Sometimes these AC adapters go for a good amount of money. Some of them aren't. Some of them like don't say like, oh, you know, Sony or Fisher Price. You have to really do research. I had to really do research on this one. And I saw that people were selling brand new ones for like $19.99. This one's used. This went to I think it was like a vacuum cleaner or whatever. And I was able to test it with another similar thing that I had, which was like another little vacuum cleaner, and it worked. So I was just like, all right, cool. $9.99. Kind of cleaned it up, put a little bit of a twist tie. As you can see, it looks good. You see some of these people when they buy these things, they just like look tore up, and like they don't take care. Take a minute to clean. Take a baby wipe, put it on the cord, and like run the cord through the baby wipe, or a damp paper towel, or like put some Windex on a paper towel and do that. You could clean up the cords in a second, and then wrap them up, and then take a nice photo. I'm pretty sure this is what sold this thing, was this halfway decent photo. So anyways, look out for power cords if you can get them for a quarter or 50 cents at a garage sale or a yard sale. So like let's have a scenario. If you go to a garage sale and they got power cords, try to see if you can do a group bundle. People want to get rid of this stuff because the thing's broke from whatever it was, and you can't believe how much money goes for remote. So I always say remotes, bread and butter, remotes, and AC adapters if you can get them for cheap. But I was saying, if you can get a bundle, if they have a bundle of them, see if you can get it for a really good price. And if they have one or two and they say, oh, $1, say, I'll give you 50 cents or something like that. And, you can do it through it. And I say that because if you don't, obviously 99% of the time, you're not going to know what the hell they go to unless you do research. But if you can get them for a good price, pick them up. Next up, we have this new sealed The Living Christmas Tree Lights record. This is an LP. This was sealed. This was either from 1973. This was sealed. I bought a huge collection of records last year. Paid like, I don't know, $200 for like 1,000 records. Ended up kind of just going through them all, taking out all the sealed ones, selling those separately, and then going through them all and taking all the ones that were like $10 or more, and posting those. I actually found a couple $70 and $50 records in that deal, and those sold. And this was part of that whole deal. I actually have boxes and specialty sleeves for all this, and I think I made a video of that. I don't know, or I should make a video of that. I want to say, you know what? I think I did do a video, and if I did, I'm gonna put a link up here. I can't remember any of these. My mind's like going crazy. Anyways, I paid like really like seriously like 10 cents for this. This sat in my store forever. This was like I said, I bought it last year. Anyways, sold for $9.99. Someone bought it. Someone wanted it. Christmas is coming. This was actually a local choir, like maybe like 20 or 10 miles from the house here. So I don't think this was wide produced. But anyways, it was sealed. It was gospels, Christmas music. I don't know why I'm still here. I don't know why I'm still at this auction. Enough said. Pack those correctly, by the way. Next up, we have this bristlebot. We got a bristlebot, folks. We got a bristlebot. Build it yourself. Do it yourself robot with vibrating pager motor, solar powered. Fill up those keywords, folks. Anyways, my son had this for a science project. It was he was testing to see if battery powered or solar powered would push the little bot. What happens is you attach toothbrushes to the bottom. It vibrates, and the vibration creates motion. Blah blah blah. Anyways, I paid like $50 for this, or something ridiculous, and it's like literally like a few dollars worth of parts. But anyways, he needed it for a project. I had to buy it, and I told myself, I'm spitting all over the damn place today. I told myself, once this is over, I'm gonna sell this thing. You watch. My family laughed at me. Who's gonna buy this? It's used. It's got stuff on it. Sold $24.99 or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, oh man, I'm like Watto from Star Wars. Just sell it. Only money. Next up, we have this Line 6 FB4 foot channel switch, guitar, bass, effects, pedal, music, rock, punk, tempo. I filled those keywords up like a pro. Paid about $5 for this. It was actually weird because I thought this obviously is a guitar pedal. They said $5 for this. I looked at it. It was in really good shape, and I know guitar pedals, they go for a pretty good amount of money sometimes. But for $5, I was willing to take the gamble. It had these weird. It didn't have like your normal input jacks, so I thought that was kind of. I'm like, oh, this might be worth a lot of money. Actually, there's another piece that goes with this, which it's missing. And but if it had that piece, that goes for like $100 for the whole set. But I didn't. I just had this. It was in good condition. And I want to say I took a best offer for like 20 something on this plus $11.99 shipping. And it was just a quick flip. It was one of those things. Look out for guitar pedals if you can get them for like $5 or less, and they're in good shape. Usually, that's a good bet. $5 below guitar pedals. They don't have to have their stuff. Some guitar pedals take 9-volt battery, so just make sure if it's one of those guitar pedals that has a bottom, you open it up. Just make sure it's not corroded or anything. And we have this Art of Mara McAfee, 1981. This was actually purchased with a huge box of books. I was actually I've told this story many times before. When I bought all those DVDs, they let me go through a ton of books. I scanned them all, spent an hour or two scanning like hundreds of books in this one collection, pulled out everything that was of value. It was awesome. They're like, sure. Filled up a whole box of these different types of books, and they were like $20. I was like, sold. Sold some of those books for like $60 or $70 each. Anyways, I had this on there for a while, and it was one of those things where it doesn't have a barcode. I think it was like anytime between or after anytime before like 1981 or 1983 or something. They didn't have barcodes on most books. They had IBSNs or something like that, numbers, and that's how you look it up on Amazon. You use those. I think it's IBSM or it's something like that. I think I would know. I've been doing this all these years. It's like IBSN or something. It's some kind of barcode. It's not a barcode. Well, it is kind of like a bar. It's like a unique identifier for older books. Man. Anyways. Ship this. I think I sold this. I think I shipped this medium mail free. If you do books, definitely. If you do books and like software and stuff, definitely utilize medium mail. You gotta do it right. So you can't be sending like video games and stuff through medium mail, but you can send software and CDs and DVDs and stuff like that as long as there's no advertising in these things. So, anyways, there's a whole thing. Medium mail. If you don't know about it, go look it up. There's tons of videos on YouTube. It's a very sticky subject with a lot of people, a lot of resellers. As a matter of fact, everyone's got opinion because there are certain rules that USPS goes by, and sometimes people send stuff they're not supposed to. Usually, they don't look, but always error on the side of caution. Anyways, I'm Chris, Thrift Shop Hustler. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. No live videos, but that's okay because my business is taking off without it. I appreciate everyone's support. Lots of great stuff coming in 2018. Lots of great stuff coming out. At the end of 2017, we're going to be doing more Know Your Stuff videos. I'm really going to do those like a lot, I guess, not better, but more editing and more, production value, I should say. So if you're not subscribed, please click the subscribe button. If you liked anything, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below, blah, blah, blah. If you like the whatever the hell I got going on here, click the bell for notification. Well, actually, yeah, click the bell. You're not going to get any live notifications till January, but I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. I've spent enough of your time today. If you actually got through this whole video, like from start to finish, leave a comment below and I'll give you a virtual high five and a heart. See you guys.